Hi, David here. Today I'm going to share with you my coming out story. As a gay man, I think it's really important to share our experiences that we've had coming out to one another. It encourages and supports other gay men. So yeah, in doing so. So I think it's really, I think it's super important to uh, to share with each other. I came out on Wednesday, October the 10th, 1984. I was 21 years of age, and up until that point, I had known, as a matter of fact, I knew that I was gay when I was about. Looking back in retrospect, it was about when I was, I would say, about 6 or 7, because just felt differently about my male friends than I did about the little girls. So, and of course, there's no sexual feelings at that age, of course. But in retrospect, I can look back and um, reflect on that and think, yeah, I can honestly say I was about 6 or 7 when I just started to know that something was a bit different about me. Um, so, well, fast forward, and so I got up the courage on October the 10th, 1984, and I was really worried. I was not sure what to expect. I came from a family very accepting and very open. My parents were great. They were great people. Both of them have passed on. Um, so I hemmed and hawed, and it's like, "Oh, how am I going to do this? And am I going to tell them? Am I going to tell them in person? How am I going to do this?" Uh, in 1984, of course, that was in the height of the AIDS epidemic, and so there were people dropping dead left, right, and center. Unfortunately, all over the world. And so I remember reading an article in Time magazine about the AIDS epidemic at the time. But I knew that I had to be honest with my parents and with my siblings. I had to be honest. I had to be who I am. It was terrifying though. So what I did was I wrote a letter, and I wrote a letter to my mother. Um, my mother and I had a closer relationship than my father and I did. But I had a super relationship though with my dad. It was just my mom and I. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the gay gene. I don't know. So I wrote her a letter. I was in college at the time, but I was at home, and I put the letter underneath her pillow the morning that I had to go off to class. So I just stirred that whole day, and it was like my head was. I was somewhere else. I was just somewhere else on that day, and I just delayed myself going home. I just didn't want to. Um, I just didn't want to face what I had in my mind. I had the worst case scenario. Okay, this is the worst thing they can do, is they can throw me out. So got home, walked in the door, and there's my mom. And she gave me a hug and embraced me, told me that she loved me, and that she had known that I was gay very early on, and that she still loved me and accepted it. And I couldn't have asked for um, a better outcome than that. I mean, I was sweating, my shirt was wet, everything. So my mother told my father. So uh, so when my father got home, um, he talked to me and also accepted me. Didn't understand, but accepted me. And both of them just really stressed me to be very careful um, who I went out with, and if I was going to engage in sex, to be safe. My parents were born in 1926, so for them to be able actually to talk about these things, when I look back, it's like, they were pretty cool for that period, that generation. They were pretty cool. So um, so my parents told them first. My brothers and sister, I also told, and then my extended family, my aunts and uncles and cousins, um, later on down the line. I really was blessed in that I didn't have any rejection from anyone or any negative comments even. Many of my sister was, my younger sister was really surprised. Um, well, all my family truly was surprised when I told them. But again, I had such a positive experience. Um, but I know the terror. I know what it feels like. Um, and you do prepare for the worst. You think to yourself, they're going to hate me. How are they going to love me? They're going to look at me differently. We're never going to have the same relationship. And I can tell you in my case, that's just totally wrong. It was totally opposite. It actually made us closer, and it was the best thing that I could do. So, in closing, I would encourage anyone who is gay to think about it. When you're ready, take those baby steps, which are huge baby steps. But first, you have to accept yourself. And when you accept yourself as a gay person, as a gay man, it's not something that we can change. It's not something that we woke up one day and decided that we would be gay. It's part of who we are. I truly believe it is genetic, and it's not a choice. It's a choice how you act in terms of being gay, where you you want to sleep with every pair of pants that walks by or whatever. I mean, that's totally up to yourself. But actually being gay, you don't make that choice to be gay. You're born that way. So as I was going to say, I encourage everyone who is gay or who are gay and are thinking about coming out, I encourage you to write your thoughts down on a piece of paper, write your feelings down on a piece of paper before you do it. And that kind of helps when you do that. It's rather cathartic when you write things down, and you can read them yourself. And then just get up the strength and tell the people that you love who you are. Let them really come into your life. And when you do that, it's such a liberating feeling because it's a huge weight off your shoulders. You can be who you are. You can live openly and honestly, and that's such a great feeling and something that's so empowering to do that. So, folks, guys, that's my coming out story, and I really encourage you to do the same, but in your own time, when you feel ready. Don't let anybody push you into coming out. It's a personal choice, and when you do it, is entirely up to yourself. So, good luck, And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them, and I will respond. And I wish you guys all the best. And that's my coming out story. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.